I just realized as I pushed record, we probably should have talked about how we were going to do this.
What we were going to do.
Because literally so people don't know this. When you push record on this software, there's a 3, 2, 1. And I literally went into sheer panic when the 3, 2, 1 started because I'm like, what are we doing? We don't know what's going on here. So
I would like to clarify, I did not go into panic because I usually 90% of the time I don't know what we're doing when we start, and Ruben's got it covered. So hearing that you're panicking has made me panic now. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. But here's the thing. It's been so long since we've done this, even though we just released an episode that was supposed to be released like a month ago, like 5 days ago. We recorded it back in like November. I don't remember the format. I don't remember how to do this. And they used to say like it's like riding a bicycle, but what people don't understand is I don't know how to ride a bike.
You don't know how to ride a bike?
No, I do. I just haven't in a very long time.
Okay, Ruben, I've got a killer YouTube idea.
All right, let's do it.
We make a YouTube series. Let's teach Ruben how to ride a bike. We bring in celebrity guests. We get you to the point where you can ride a bike and eat a taco at the same time. It's going to be gold. We'll make so many dollars.
So many, like at least $10.
At least tens of dollars.
Tens of dollars. Yeah, maybe at least $2 So about $25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the very least.
So the important question is, are we talking hard shell taco? Are we talking street taco? Are we talking Sonora style taco?
If you are talking about eating a hard shell taco while riding a bike, I would say you are a little psychotic. That's not, you can't, it's all going to fall out.
Challenge accepted!
Traffic. You will not only lose your taco, you will lose your life.
It's worth it for the tens of dollars. Welcome to You're My Best Friend.
It's worth it for me.
Right, just to watch it. So real quick, we have to have a quick staff meeting. We probably should have done this before.
Wait, you have to keep going. You did half of it.
No, I know. That's the problem. I don't remember what we decided to do about that. Are we doing it or are we not doing it?
Oh, shoot. I don't remember either.
We talked about not doing it anymore, and then we did it in the last... Can we clarify what I'm talking about here for a second?
Yes. Yes.
Our intro.
So, okay. For everyone's reference, guys, we decided a year ago to do this season. We planned out this season last year. We planned out everything last year.
April.
And
last April.
Yeah. No, actually, it was like November. We plotted out the entire season.
Oh, you're talking about that part. I'm like, no, we first started talking about doing this again in April.
We decided to do this in April. No. But like, we had our big staff meeting where we planned out the entire season in like November. And we wrote
Get the story straight.
We wrote out notes on everything. We did everything. But so what we're discussing right now is if you're a longtime listener of the podcast, you will remember
7 of you
that we used to start every episode. Yes, thank you. We love all 7 of you. We appreciate you greatly. But you will remember that we used to start every episode with, "This is Welcome to You're My Best Friend, a podcast about life, friendship, and tacos. My name's Ruben Jay, and I'm Moxy Ann." I didn't say the Ruben Jay part, obviously.
I said the Moxy Ann part.
I didn't say any part of it. You didn't let me say any part of it. So I just said I'm the Moxy Ann, and sometimes you didn't even let me say that.
You're the Moxy Ann?
I am the... Anyway, what I was going to say is I forgot if we decided if we were going to say the life, friendship, and tacos anymore. This is going so poorly. This is going so bad.
I'm the Moxy Ann. Hold on, I gotta mute.
Oh my god! Why did you mute yourself?
I had to mute my.
This just in. Less than 5 minutes into the return episode of You're My Best Friend, Moxy has brought Ruben to tears.
Last time it took 2 years. Oh my god.
Well, everybody's more sensitive post-COVID.
And I'm also a married man now, and things change.
Yeah, things do change. It's okay to be sensitive, Ruben. Let it out.
Oh my God! See, and I plan on talking. Like I plan on spending the first 5 minutes of this podcast talking about Christmas, and here we are, just trying to figure out how to start the damn podcast.
Oh my gosh! We can talk about Christmas. Do you want to talk about Christmas?
My name's Ruben Jay,
and I'm Moxy Ann. And we still don't know what we're doing about the life, friendship, and tacos portion of this intro.
No, I think for now we're just gonna skip it because it's been just pure comedy gold.
Oh my
I really just need to get myself together here.
The following is a podcast about life,
Apparently,
I can't not listen to music.
friendship, and tacos.
let me tell you this: dropping a taco is a national emergency.
This is You're My Best Friend. Now here are your hosts, Moxy Ann and Ruben Jay.
Welcome to You're My Best Friend.
A podcast.
This is a podcast, and my name is Ruben Jay.
This is a podcast. And I'm Moxy Ann. And today
All right,
we're talking about...
Well, we're not going to get there yet. Let's, I do want to talk about Christmas real quick because I want to say that I have some incredible friends in my life who celebrated my birthday. And I have one friend in my life who is being difficult because they don't want to tell me what they want for Christmas, even though Christmas passed.
I told you what I want for Christmas.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me which ones. So my question in front of everybody is, what do you want for Christmas? 3 weeks later.
I don't want... this is a need. I need AirPods. This is the problem. I told Ruben, and this is what happens as you get older. When I was little, what I wanted for Christmas was very easy and attainable. I wanted a Barbie doll, or I wanted the My Little Pony, or I wanted even like a bicycle is cheaper than AirPods, honestly. Like a kid's bike. As an
Which
adult,
AirPods do you want?
Whatever the ones are that work. I just need AirPods that work. This is like when I went to buy my first car after my beater car, and they were like, "What are you looking for in a car?" And I was like, "AC. Can I have air conditioning that works?" Like,
That's important.
Yeah.
It's important.
No, because here's the story, everybody. In July of last year, I have these ones. You can't see them. Which ones are these? The old ones.
They're either first or second gen.
Yeah. I think they're first, and they've been working great up until now. But last year, I accidentally soaked them in a can of sparkling water that exploded in my purse, and so now the left one works, kind of, but it doesn't sink to my.
Can I just stop you for a second? What? Okay, so I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna get us canceled on episode 1 of season 7. What is it with women putting stuff? What is it with women putting stuff in their purses and not securing them? Like Lauren does the same thing. Like she'll put her water bottle in her backpack, and it's like not in a separate container. And like she'll put her iPad and her laptop and her phone, and then a water bottle in there. I'm like, what are you thinking? It's going to explode.
My very first... Okay, the sparkling water was not entirely my fault. My very first Kate Spade bag that I ever had, I brought it to church one morning, and I had made coffee, and I put it in a little travel mug, and I thought it was secure. I put it in the purse, upright, and then I went to the bathroom, and when you go to the bathroom, you put your purse on the little purse hanger thing on the door.
Yeah, I do that every time.
I'm sitting there, and I look at the purse, and there is liquid dripping out of one of the seams of the bottom of the bag, and I was just like, oh no. And the coffee had emptied into so much coffee to the point where it was dripping out of the seams of the leather.
Oh my gosh. See, this is why, listen, my backpack is heavy. I have everything compartmentalized. I have everything in different areas, and I put my water bottle in the water bottle holder where it belongs.
Yeah, well, women aren't always that put together, okay? Anyway, I didn't even know I had a pair of scissors in my purse.
It takes you guys 8 hours to get ready. How are you not put together?
I did not know when I put the sparkling water in my purse, which was for Brad, by the way. It wasn't even for me. I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
know that I had
Throw
a pair
your
of
husband
scissors in
underneath
my
the
purse.
bus.
Yeah, I will. He's not here right now. So
You're throwing Brad underneath the bus just like he tried to put me underneath those shopping carts.
you know what? That was an accident. And if the court reporter will read back the remarks. Shut up, shut up, shut up.
This has been a train wreck in the best way possible.
Anyway, so there was
do you
want to
try weeding that again?
Purse. Shut up. I'm going to come over there and smack you.
If only you knew where I lived.
I do know where you live. And I know where to park now, too.
Oh,
in and I know not to knock on the other door. Anyway, there were scissors in my purse. They snapped the can. They cut a hole in the can. And I didn't discover it until the whole bottom of the purse was filled with sparkling water. The AirPods got completely soaked in it. The left one now kind of works, but it doesn't like to sync to anything, and it dies in about half the time. The right one is at about 50% volume, maybe, and the microphone doesn't work. So now a lot of the time when I'm on the phone with people, I'll pull out the right one and put it in, and then I'll just get a minute of, what? I can't hear you. What? And then I realize that the right AirPod doesn't work anymore. So in my line of work, unfortunately, I do actually need AirPods. But I don't know which ones I need. I just need ones that work, basically.
See, had you told me that 3 weeks ago when I asked, I would have printed out a picture of an AirPod and sent it to you in the mail.
You could still do that.
Well, it's not Christmas anymore.
It's Christmas in our hearts. And also maybe in China, or is that just New Year?
That's New Year.
They don't have Chinese Christmas?
No, they don't. I believe they celebrate Kwanzaa.
No, I don't think that's Asia.
What do Chinese people celebrate for Christmas?
I wouldn't Google that.
I guess. That didn't give me an answer. All right, that's fine.
Do they have a later Christmas?
No, I think they celebrate Kwanzaa. Somebody please tell us in the comments before we get canceled what the Chinese people celebrate in place of Christmas.
I don't actually also know what Kwanzaa is, so
I don't know. But there is what is it called? It's called Orthodox Christmas is coming up, I think, in a couple weeks, and that's for
yeah, you could celebrate Orthodox Christmas.
Yeah, because I'm Orthodoxed. All right, I'm not getting you AirPods. I think I'm just gonna get you a gift card to Starbucks, like I do every year, knowing damn well that you can't drink anything from Starbucks.
Can you? I can't hear anything you're
By
saying.
the panic on her face, I think her AirPods died.
Yeah, that's probably it.
All right, well, we're going to be back in just a second with more of You're My Best Friend while Moxy figures out what the heck is going on with... And
it wasn't me for once. Okay. What are we... Pray tell, fearless leader, what are we getting serious about? That is the vaguest way you could intro whatever this is. Okay. Same. Yes. I know that is the question that all of our viewers and listeners have been wanting to hear the answer to for many decades. So, I'm glad you cleared that up, Ruben. Thank you for clearing the air. I'm going to hold space for that. Yeah. Just go to yeah, just yeah, if you're seeking help, go to whitehouse.gov/Joe Biden. I don't know. I couldn't think of another website.
I'm back.
The prodigal son has returned.
I am back. I'm curious as to what you've been doing this entire time.
I've literally did you hear the voice memo I
Yes,
sent you?
I was crying laughing.
You should have listened to that on air.
It's okay. It's okay. I think I figured it out. So, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, great. Always a good start.
Yeah. And I don't know if we're ever going to be able to end this episode because I had to go into a different browser. So
Fun.
Yeah. So this is fun stuff. Is this an omen? Maybe. Omen? Amen? Amish?
Omen?
Omen?
Amen.
Amen. A woman.
Nope.
Anyway, so is this better?
Yes, this is better. Your video feed is still a little choppy, but I can hear you, and I can hear the words that you're saying, which is important for a podcast. So
Yeah, no, and then this software is uploading a higher quality, and what's being streamed is lower quality, so you're fine.
Oh, cool. So all of our listeners will hear you just talking normally, and me going, "I can't hear you."
Probably.
Awesome.
It'll be fun.
Great.
It'll be fun to find out. Who knows? We might have to do this entire podcast all over again if the audio is bad enough. So,
I hope not.
yeah, me too. So
let's
anyway.
go back to the timeline here, because I heard when we started the podcast, I was getting out of a breakup, and that was season 1, and then that's all I heard.
Yeah, so there was a season where Moxy was single because of a breakup. There's a season where she was dating Brad, and then there's a season where she was married, and then all that time I was single, and then right after she got married, I got into a relationship, and now I'm married. So
Are you talking about seasons of life or seasons of the podcast? Because we had way more seasons than that.
Seasons of life.
Okay.
Sorry for the confusion. I should have been
What
more
about
clear.
seasons of tacos?
There's only one seasons of tacos, and that's always. So we've been asked a lot about our dating expertise.
Because we're both clearly so successful at it.
I mean, we both got married, right?
I does that make you successful? I don't know.
I mean,
I
it
don't
makes you
think it
successful at
does.
dating.
I'm bad at... Okay, when you say dating, do you mean going on dates? Or do you mean being in a relationship with someone? Because I am bad at the former. But not at the latter, I think.
From what I remember, you're pretty good at going on dates.
That's weird for you to say that with no context. Just to clarify, Ruben and I never dated.
Oh, God. Here we go again.
We gotta circle back here. We have to actually circle back. We did not date. There was a season where everybody thought we were dating because we only ever hung out with each other.
That's not true. I have other friends other than you.
Okay, fine. Well, then why do I never see them?
Because I don't hang
Oh,
out.
it's because they live in Tehachapi. That's not a real place.
They go to a different school. No, listen. I have other friends. I have Brad.
That's my husband.
I have your dad.
I shouldn't have to explain that one.
Jason talked to me
Jason
that one
is
time.
My sister's husband.
And he talked to me that one time.
Do you know you can be friends with girls?
I am friends with girls. I'm friends with you.
No, that's outside of me.
Yeah, I'm friends with Lauren.
That's your wife.
Yes, she's also my friend. Some would argue my best friend.
All right, well, audience, it appears that despite all odds and me being homeschooled for literally 12 years, Ruben has a worse social life than I do.
That is not true. That is not true. I have plenty of friends, and I get social all the time.
Wow, that is...
Now, do I have a life? No, I don't have a life, but...
I thought you said, do I have a wife? And I was like, no? What?
You're like, what's happened since September?
What did I miss? And why did I plan your whole wedding?
That would be interesting. So, we wanted to talk about our dating life. Not dating life.
Stop saying that! Oh my gosh! We did not date! Oh,
we wanted to give dating advice because people ask us for it all the time. But there's one very particular question, which Moxy already spoiled this entire episode on, was whether or not we dated.
That's not a spoiler. Everyone knows that.
But everyone thinks differently.
Okay. Well, we can leave it up for interpretation if we did or did not date. We didn't, though.
We did not date. Thank God we did not date.
Yeah, that would have been an absolute train wreck, and we would not probably still be friends.
I mean, it would be... Listen, you're the weird one who stays friends with your exes, or stays friendly with your exes, or want to know about like what's going on, or wanted to know. I don't know if you still do. But there was a while there.
Yeah.
It's weird. That's
not weird.
It's weird.
My mom had one of her exes in her bridal party.
That's weird.
It's not weird.
It's weird.
Okay, here's the thing. I think that I have two exes. Actually,
Do they live in
guess
Texas?
No, my parents do though. That's unrelated to this conversation. But it is slightly new development. I have two, I guess three, maybe. There was a guy who I kind of had a weird situationship with for a couple weeks before I started dating Iggy.
Are we gonna have...
I know you're gonna get mad at me.
No, I need details on the situationship because we literally just had a podcast about this, and I don't think you know what a situationship actually is.
Well, okay, so here's the rough breakdown. Why are you putting a third person of yourself in here?
Why?
What is happening? Why?
I don't know.
my gosh. Okay. Okay. Ruben's having fun playing with this new toy that he doesn't know how to use.
It said, join us, producer. And I said, yes. And it found up another video.
For all of our audio listeners, if you're watching the video version, there's a screen with his face.
They're
and a
not
screen
watching
with
because of the
mine.
audio version.
No, but like when you're watching it, there's two screens, one of him and one of me. He added a third screen of himself. It was just two of him. And now he's gone entirely. What the heck? Oh my gosh, Ruben, come back. Where did you go? There you are. Okay. Okay, can I tell you about my situationship?
Please.
This one was actually a situationship.
Please.
Okay, so welcome to season 1, by the way. If you listen to the episode that we put out last week, you'll hear
Season 1?
Season 1? Did I say season 1?
Mm-hmm.
Episode 1. I meant episode.
There we go.
I'm bad at talking.
Thank you, the
these days.
Moxy hand.
Oh, gosh. The Moxy hand. No, so if you listen to our last episode, it was all about a situationship that I called a situationship that Ruben denied was that, and we had multiple people weigh in. So I actually did have a situationship with this guy, and for the purposes of the story, we'll call him Kevin. It's not Kevin Kim, who,
by the way, is going to be on an upcoming episode of the Ruben Jay show. So just FYI.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, you should definitely listen to like the first 60 seconds of that conversation because it's hilarious.
Oh, good. I'll listen to more than 60 seconds. Though.
Please do.
Okay. Anyway, so Kevin, I met through a social circle. It was through the band scene. It was when like the D Piazza days.
Piazzas. I love D Piazzas. Pepperoni
I
chips.
know. You're so annoying. Anyway, so we started hanging out, and I like, what do you do when you're like 15? You go over to someone's house. That's all. Like, I don't know what to. I was homeschooled. I had no friends. This was my first like voyage into social interaction, and so he was interested in me. He came over to my house a couple of times. I went over to his house. There was cuddling. For reference, at that point in time, I thought that I was going to save my first kiss for marriage, so I did not kiss him, but I did get a couple hickeys. And then because I was in high school, so
wait, hold on. How do you get hickeys if you're not kissing?
I'm just realizing that my grandma listens to this podcast. Can we edit that out? Maybe she won't know what that is. Anyway, there was cuddling, there was like other stuff, and then
Other stuff?
No, not other stuff. I was pure. I was good. Like that actually is something that I'm not ashamed of at all. But we were talking back and forth, and then he kind of stopped talking to me, and then I escalated because I was freaking out, and then I told him that I thought I loved him, to which he texted back, "You don't know what love means," and then he stopped texting me at all.
I want to know what love is.
So is that a situationship?
No, that's a homeschool equivalent of a one-night stand.
Yeah, which is a situationship.
No.
Well, it was sad.
Yeah, I'm sad for you. Jeez.
And then right after that...
Do I know this person?
No, you don't. And
Okay.
I don't know where he ended up. He went, like, completely AWOL. I think about him sometimes. Like, I worry about him a little bit because he had a lot of substance abuse. So I'm like... Yeah.
You have great choices in dudes.
I really do.
I mean, you had substance...
The last one was the best.
That was actually the golden choice. Again, hence,
Yeah. No, but like I stay in touch with okay, my parents taught me relationships are important and life is long. And it's important to like if you cared about someone once, it's okay to keep caring about them even though societal conventions say that you should no longer care about them. So, I am still very good friends with one of my exes. The other one doesn't want to acknowledge that I exist. I would love to talk with him, Jake. Yeah.
No, and listen. So, I understand why Jake doesn't want anything to do with you for two reasons. Number one, he's a married man now. Number two, he does not look great in that story, and I think we've talked about it before, and I think we might talk about it again at some point.
That's true.
So like when you're the villain of the story, like clearly the villain of the story, where everyone independent of the the breakup happening is like hoping and wishing that the couple ends up breaking up.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want that to be. I would not want to associate myself with that person again after that.
Well, okay,
either.
the thing is, I don't know if he knows that. He was a little bit like, he was not self-aware. So I don't think he thinks he's the villain of the story. I think he thinks I am.
I mean, he may have convinced himself that, but
I don't know how. I mean, okay, I was not perfect in that relationship. I was very manipulative and selfish, and I did not know how to be in a relationship. So, like, yeah, I wasn't great, but also I didn't scream at him in front of multiple people.
You can't leave me!
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna... That was humiliating, and also I was definitely a little bit abused, a little bit. Not fully, I'm not gonna say I'm a battered woman, but, like, there was stuff. So, that's not great. Anyway, he does not want to be friends. I would be open to, if on the very off chance that he's listening to this, if you're listening to this, I would always be open to going to coffee with you or like catching up and hearing how your life has been, because I care about you still. I hope you're happy.
How does Brad feel about that?
He thinks it's weird as hell. But also, Brad is not friends with like 90% of the people who he was friends with before he broke up with his ex. Although he did actually just get coffee with someone from his past, and that made me very happy.
And he hasn't gotten coffee with me all year long.
I don't think that's accurate, number one.
I'm telling you, since January 1st, 2025, he has not even texted me.
I will have him text you. Does that make you happy?
So that's interesting because, like, so I had one of my exes reach out like the year Lauren and I got together to wish me happy birthday, and I responded saying thanks, hope you're well, and that was it. And it became a huge issue because it was an ex, and so yeah. I like to keep tabs on people from the past, like my past, but I don't like making contact with people who I've cut off, because I'm like, there's a reason why we're no longer associating with one another. It's either my fault or your fault, usually their fault.
Well, yeah. I mean, and maybe saying I was very close with my first ex was putting it a little strong. Like, I haven't talked to him in a while, but I hope he's well. Like, I have his info if I want to reach out to him. There is a book series that I read that I want to tell him that I finally read because he gave it to me. Like, I'm comfortable with that. Brad's comfortable with that. Like, he's fine. But I'm not like talking to him every single month, I'm
glad that the time frame is in months. Like, that's the time frame that we're going with. I mean, have you been
honestly,
talking?
the time frame's kind of in years now.
I was gonna say, hasn't even been like last I heard you talking about this person was like 2 years ago.
It was when Brad and I were. I think it was right after we got married. So he sent us a wedding gift. Did you know?
Did he really?
He did.
He didn't send me a wedding gift.
We invited him.
That's weird.
Well, you didn't invite him.
That's weird.
Wait, what's weird? Oh, that we invited him?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's weird.
Why?
It's weird. He's your ex.
So?
From like your teenage days that you barely talked to.
That makes it even less weird. He's someone I care about, who I was really close with during a season in my life.
Chat. Listen. All right, chat. I don't know why I feel like a mega church pastor.
Yeah, you just like saying "all right, chat."
All right, chat. In the chat, let me know is this weird or not weird. Let me know because I think it's weird.
Most people are going to think it's weird, but I would like to point out that our parents' generation does not think it's weird, because I've talked to multiple people from my parents' age who are all still friends with their exes and don't think it's weird, and they're totally fine. I think it's because casual dating used to look very different. Like, now when we say casual dating, it means you're sleeping around and you're hurting each other. Back then, I think people didn't used to do that as much.
Also, they can afford houses.
That too, yeah. But like
So-
when my mom, like I talk to my grandparents, and my grandpa will tell me about the dozens of women that he dated, and then he tells me about what that means, and it means he took them out dancing once on a group date where they bought a pitcher of beer for 5 cents and some pizza, and then they all went out dancing, and then a mafia member tried to tap in on his girl, and then he never saw her again. Like that's that, you know, like that's
Is this
what.
the same grandpa that's been married to his wife for like 73 years?
Yes. That's what like casual dating used to be. And I didn't mean that a mafia member took his girlfriend. I just mean like he cut in while they were dancing, and then he found out later that it was a mafia member, and he was like, "Oh no, we're not going back there." So, yeah, but like my mom knows a bunch of people who she was super close with or went on dates with, and like I think that this is a generational thing. I think that, and it kind of touches on a topic we were going to cover later in this season, which is the idea that if someone hurts you, or if there's someone you don't agree with, or if there's an ideology that you don't agree with, or if there's a social media community that you don't agree with, that you as a human individual have the right to not see that anymore and to cut that off completely. And we'll address this later on in an episode down the season, because I think both of us have a lot of strong feelings about this, especially after the post-election season.
Yeah.
But I do think actually that like the idea that when you break up with someone who you cared about strongly, I dated Jake for almost 3 years. Like we were engaged, we were planning a wedding, we had a venue.
Was that train wreck 3 years?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I know, but I cared about him very deeply. I do still care about him. I hope that he's well. I hope that he's happy. I hope that he's figured some stuff out. And the idea that you could just care about someone that strongly for that long, and then one day you decide that it's over, and then poof, it's all gone. You don't care about him anymore. You don't have any contact with him ever again for the rest of your life. You're never going to talk to him. That seems really unnatural to me. Does that not strike you weird?
Listen, I'm the king of cutting people off.
Well, yes.
I like that's just who I am, and I think that once a relationship has, I also think it depends on how it ends, because there are like
It does.
situations where like I've told the story. I think I've told the story on this podcast about the girl I took to Switchfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like she's somebody who I wish I still had contact with, just for the fact of like being able to say, hey, I apologize for never asking you out again and leaving you kind of hanging.
Yeah.
You know, like realizing 7 months later that, oh shit, I haven't called her in a minute.
Yeah.
You know, like that's a situation where like, yeah, I can see why still being in contact with that person might make some sense. Or, you know, if it's one of those things where like you guys dated for a little while and it's like, hey, you know what? Like we're really just not good as a couple, but we're great as like friends. Like let's just go back to being friends, and like,
Yeah.
hopefully it's not weird. Like that's one thing, but like when it's a drag out, knockdown fight and you're leaving a ring in the middle of the night and driving home, that's a whole different story.
Well, and the way that you treat each other in that scenario also plays into it. Like you're saying how it ends. Like
Yeah.
if you're ending a relationship and you're not treating each other with respect, it's going to be twice as hard to actually like talk after that. And especially if his family's not treating you with respect, if they're putting you in a dangerous situation, like let me also be clear here. I am in no way, shape, or form advocating for being friends with your exes if they are abusive in any context.
Yeah.
That is not, no. Cut that off. Do not go back there.
Stop
But,
it.
yeah, stop it. No, but like in situations where, like with Iggy, we dated for 2 years. We had a conversation where we realized it was never going to work because of a lot of different factors. None of them were very emotional, but we had a mutual conversation where we decided, hey, this isn't going to happen with both of our families the way that they are. Maybe one day down the road, we'll keep in touch. And it didn't happen again, but we've kept in touch. We've hung out. And I still care about him. I need to call his mom. Actually. Anyway, I have like maybe 15 minutes. So, what else are we talking about? Because now we've gone
we had
down
a
this
whole
tangent.
other podcast that we were supposed to do. But I mean, this thing took a weird turn, which is fun. all that to say is Moxie and I never dated.
No, we did not date. And that's for the best. For everyone's sake, actually. Everyone within our... You know how tornadoes come through and there's like the strip of land that they take over, but they also destroy everything else in their path? That's... Yeah.
That would have been us.
Just imagine how much we argue in everyday life now.
Oh my God.
And then multiply that by all the time.
I mean, yeah. I mean, especially back then, you know, I think we've been very open about just kind of the transformation that I've had to go through in the last 3 years or so. Could you imagine that old version of me in a relationship, just in general? Like,
no. No, and I'm very glad that you waited, to find the right person, and that you weren't seriously dating people in the state that you were in, because you've had so much personal development and really transformation that it's been so beautiful to watch, and it's been so amazing to see the Lord work. But also, I'm glad that you didn't date before.
Yeah, it's. I think everyone is thankful for that aspect of it. But, you know, we were going to talk about why it wouldn't have worked and all that fun stuff. But I feel like this conversation ended up being a lot better than.
It did. This was not our original topic, but it's kind of an interesting one.
I'm still gonna clickbait the heck out of the title on this one.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure you are. But honestly, like, chat. Okay, chat. Is that what you say? I don't know. Okay, chat. Like,
we have
no,
chat.
seriously. Like, drop a comment and let us know if you think you should or should not be friends with your ex, or if you can or cannot be friends with your ex. Because I know my ex thinks he can't be friends with me, which I think is really immature. But you know, because we're all adults here, we can all have conversations and talk, and that's not a bad thing. I think if you cannot hold a conversation with someone, regardless of the circumstances, regardless of if you agree, and this is broad, this isn't just exes. If you can't hold a conversation with someone that you disagree with, that you have bad blood with, that you maybe disrespect a little bit, that you like have issues with, if you cannot manage to hold a conversation, that's immature. I'm sorry. If you just refuse to have that discussion or have that talk, you're being a little bit childish.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you have to actively be friends with that person, but I am saying that if you need to hide away in a cave just because you can't have difficult conversations, I think you need to address that. And
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
We're going to talk about this later on down the season in a future episode, because this is an issue that I have a lot of feelings about, if you couldn't tell.
I can tell. And with that, we are ending this episode. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. We're ending the tacos?
We're ending our friendship.
Okay, chat. No, that's not what we're doing.
Okay,
chat. Also, let us know if you like our Life Friendship Tacos intro, because clearly we need outside input on this.
I think people are going to vote to keep it.
I think so, too. I want to keep it.
It's iconic. It is an iconic intro. My name is Ruben Jay.
And I'm the Moxy M.
And we are out of time. Moxie, don't hang up yet, because I gotta wait for the thing to upload, and I gotta figure out how to do this crap. Hold on 1 second. We'll be back next week.
We'll see you next week. There's 3 of you again.
I know there's 3 of me.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, how do I stop the recording?
Did you end it yet?
That's what I'm trying to do. Hold on. Yeah. Well, that was surprisingly good.
That was really good.
That was funny. I thought we had more time.
We did, but also we were breaking up for a lot of that.
Again?
Well, yeah.
I thought we were doing good this time.
Oh, no.
Okay, let's see if he'll let me end it this time.
Close the fuck with a red accent.
Oh, here we go.